Hello, it's Jang here with a look at the Mega Bloks Halo 5 series Banshee Strike set. Comes with officially 173 pieces. The dude is a Storm Elite miner with the light colored skin and the root beer colored armor. I feel like those two go together really well, the brown and the slightly muddy, kind of clayish complexion of the lighter skin tone there. Doesn't stand out. You know, I personally tend to prefer the more flashy elites with the purples and all the metallics and iridescence and such, but this looks like a good, respectable mainline, kind of an expendable troop. And he's got the needler there. Of course, this is all the newer articulated version that I've covered in a separate video just about the articulated elites, but that's it for him. Feels like a real treat for Mega Bloks fans to be able to get their hands on a Halo 5 Banshee before it's even able to be seen in-game and before it's officially fully unveiled. We have seen it in a trailer or a little teaser kind of video for the armor, for the Agent Locke armor pre-order bonus from GameStop, but to be able to see this from every angle I think is really cool, and to be able to get it into your hands so early I think is really cool. And yes, on the back there, those are old swords, old energy swords that have been remolded in a opaque color this time, and they're using those to represent the like thrust diverters, or really the nozzles for the engines. If you saw in the Locke armor video, they've got the things on the back that'll open, they kind of scissor open to give you less thrust, and then scissor close to kind of focus the exhaust to increase your speed. So this is in the full speed ahead kind of version. It ain't perfect. It would have been nicer if you could have actually had something there that you could adjust, you know, to open them and close them, but I think it's a pretty cool use of an old part and bringing it in a new color. I like that. And the overall design of the thing kind of merges what they started to do in Reach with the full closed, well-sealed clamshell top of the canopy, but then also doing a little bit of a throwback, just slightly, to a little bit of the design elements of the wings from the old days, from Halo 1 and 2, including having a little extra bob hat, dude hat at the end, you know, a round thing towards the end, and more space in between here, and just a more direct triangular design of it. So a nice little combination of a couple of different eras there, and this is one exclusive mold for the top, but everything else is existing pieces, so a good use of existing stock. Oh, and by the way, clear stand is included. That, I didn't put that there. Well, yeah, I put it there, but I didn't add it to the set just to display it. That's included, so this thing doesn't really stand up very well on its own. It can be made to stand up incidentally, especially if you bring down those two small little protrusions, but it's much nicer that they included this. It doesn't hold it with any studs, so it's able to slip off. It's not really for play, but for display, it's perfect. The top piece here has no stickers on it. Those are just prints, and this is all able to swing forward. Of course, it's at a good point where it's swiveling, fairly accurate, and the inside is, well, very simple. Just has the couple of control sticks that are really there just to get your figure to hold on to it. Too bad then that your figure can't really hold on to it. You could grab one of the sticks, but the other one, it's just not going to happen. You want to have the hips kind of down so that his face isn't completely buried in there. If you flatten him out completely to try to get the arms out further, fold up the legs and move him back to try to grab towards the center, his face is going to be all the way down at the floor. So that doesn't work out all that well. You just kind of have to use your imagination a little bit there, unfortunately. But he is able to fit under there completely, even with the larger new figures, and I think it looks pretty decent from the back, and it's got the right position for the most part. There are a couple of quirks here for play that aren't so good. These things very easily go in and out, which they shouldn't do, you know, per the in-game model. So that can get a little bit annoying over time. Also, the wings are not really secured, so you can bring these down and up. It can be seen as a good thing to be able to adjust those, get some different angles out of them. But if you were wanting something that would just hold in one place, that's not so good. Also, again, for play, these will end up like this sometimes, and that's just a little bit annoying to look at. So interestingly, this one ends up being a very good display model, I think, but not as good of a toy. It's just a little bit of a reversal from the norm. I think they usually try to put a little bit more emphasis on the playability and the toy factor of it, since these are ultimately still primarily sold for kids, to kids, bought by kids, and enjoyed by kids who play with the stuff. But this one ends up working out a lot better for some of the older fans and the folks who are really focusing on display and collecting. So that's the new Halo 5 Banshee Strike set from Mega Bloks. Definitely good looking from the outside, just a little bit lacking in terms of the play value. Let me know what you think about this one, and feel free to just go ahead and include your thoughts about the design from the Halo 5 perspective. You know, 343's design of the new Banshee, what you think of the new Banshee design versus the old, in addition to what you think of this as a toy and or as a model, and the design work that Mega Bloks did. Thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll be talking to you again very soon in the next video.